We are going to start the second chapter of your syllabus called Is Matter Around Us Pure? Okay, here the question mark is present. Okay, so see, in our universe, only two things are exist. One is called as matter, and another is called as energy. So we have matter and energy, and from matter and energy, we are going to discuss about matter in this chapter, whether they are pure or not. Okay, so everything around us that we can observe, we can see, except atoms we cannot see and observe the atoms. Okay, so everything that exists in the earth in the form of matter, which is further defined as any substance that occupies space and have mass, are called as matter. Whatever the like matter we have in our surrounding, if they have mass and they occupy space, then we will call them matter. Can light is a matter? Is light is a matter? Yes.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Why light is not a matter?
Sir, because it does not have a volume.
Okay.
Does not occupy any space.
Okay. We can, but light have the particle nature because it travels through in the form of photons. Okay, and photons are massless particle. Photons are massless particle, and in definition of mass, we of matter, we have mentioned anything which have mass, but photons do not have mass. That's why light is not a matter. That you have to mention that point. Huh?
So,
Yes, yes.
so protons do have mass, right?
No, not proton. Photons.
Yes, sir,
Photons.
protons only. So, which are present inside the nucleus.
Yes. Proton have
They
unit
have
one.
mass, right?
Yes.
So
Proton.
you just now said they don't have mass.
No. Photons. Photon.
Photons,
Yes.
photons. Okay.
Photons and protons are different. Okay.
Yes, sir. I heard it as proton.
Okay. So next point, we know that matters are made up of particles. Okay, which are arranged in a certain way. On the basis of arrangement of particles, we have different types of matter around us, like solid, liquid, and gas. They present in different phase due to difference in arrangement of particles. Okay, so like gases, particles have like tendency to move apart from each other. You know that gases particle have tendency to move apart from each other, means the force of attraction between gaseous particle is very less, very negligible, or we can say the repulsion force working between the particles of gases. That's why they move to they tends to move apart from each other. Is it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So other hand, like we have liquid. So liquid have more force of attraction as compared to gases, but less force of attraction between particles as compared to solid. Is it? So due to difference in force of attraction, particles they get arranged differently. That's why matter exists in different forms in our nature. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So the intermolecular force of attraction is very low between the gaseous particles. Now we'll discuss about liquid. This was about the gases, and now we are going to discuss about liquid. So liquid have weak force of attraction between particles, and arrangement of particle is less random. See, in gaseous state, the particles they get arranged themselves very randomly, but in liquid state, the randomness of particle decreases. Randomness of particle decreases means they become more regular manner as compared to gases, but less regular manner as compared to solid. So as compared to the gases, and more random as compared to the solid. Is it? Now we are going to discuss about solid. So in other hand, solid have strong force of attraction, okay, between the constituent particles. The constituent particle may be atom, maybe molecule, or maybe other particles, okay, and particles that are tightly packed. That's why solid have less compressibility, because particles, they are tightly, or we can say compactly arranged and strongly bonded with each other. That's why solids have a high melting point and boiling point. Okay, because we have to provide that much of energy, so that the force of attraction working between particle have to be breakdown. So we have to provide more heat as compared to other. Is it? Usually no scope to move around. See, like particles of solid, they have space between them. They have space between them, and they used to like perform motion within that particular space. Is it? Take a screenshot, everyone.
Done, sir.
Okay. Okay. So now matter are classified as pure substance and mixture. Okay. So like matter, we have divided in two categories, and these two categories again further divided into element, compound, and mixture are further divided into homogeneous and heterogeneous. We have already gone through that in basics part, is it? So matter are classified as, first we have pure substance, and second we have mixture. And in pure substance we have two subcategories. One is called element and another is called as compound. And in mixture we have one
I didn't understand the difference between element and a compound.
Okay, see, I will explain you one by one, don't worry. We are going to discuss that also. See, elements are the simpler form of compound that cannot be divided into further, or maybe like we have chlorine. So chlorine always present in Cl2 form, is it?
Yes, sir.
So elements are the simple form of compound, and they are formed by same kind of element or same kind of atom. Like
Sir, like
see,
atoms, sir, means they are not they are not divisible. Like
element.
atoms.
No, atoms are not divisible. But if we will discuss about element, then elements are the simple form of they are also a kind of compound, but they are not going to, they are kind of substance. They are not going to divide into simpler form, and they are formed
Okay.
by same
Sir,
kind
so
of atom only.
Cl2 is a compound or an element?
Which one?
Cl2.
Cl2 is element, chlorine element.
Yes, sir.
Yes. See, whatever the substance we have in our nature, they are called as element, and their simpler form is called as atom. But sometimes element and atoms are same. Like suppose we are discussing about ferrous. So ferrous, the Fe is the element as well as atom. But if we'll discuss about chlorine, so chlorine is Cl2 is element, but Cl is atom of chlorine element. Okay. So elements are formed by same kind of atom. If suppose they are present more than one, then otherwise they are a kind of atom only. Okay, but compounds, they are formed by two or more than two different types of element or atom, and they can be break down into simpler form in the form of atom. Suppose if we have NaCl, suppose we have NaCl. So NaCl is a compound, and if we will break down, then it will like form sodium and chlorine. Okay, so compounds, they are formed by two or more atom, maybe like two or more, like suppose we have carbon dioxide. So in carbon dioxide we have one carbon and two oxygen. So they are like more than two type, not type, yes, they are more formed by more than two types of, not more than two, more than one type. Like we have one carbon and two oxygen. If we will discuss about H2SO4, here we had 2 hydrogen, 1 sulfur and 4 oxygen. So they all are compound. Why compound? Because they are formed by 2 or more than 2 type of different elements. And they can be break down into the simpler form, like in the form of atom. That's why they are called as compound. If we will discuss about water molecule, it is again compound. And it is formed by 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen. Okay, it is not the element.
Yes,
But
sir.
if yes, okay, I think you have understood about what is element and compound.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now we have mixture. So mixture are
I'm a
classified.
little unsure about compound.
You want to discuss more about compound?
Yes, sir. I'm not really that sure
Okay.
on that.
Okay. So compounds are the substance. They are formed by 2 or more than 2 types of different atoms. Okay, and they can be break down into simpler form. Like suppose if you will break down water molecule, that will give you hydrogen and oxygen separately. Okay, so
Okay.
these are the compound. Yes.
Okay, sir. I understood.
Okay, now we are going to discuss about the mixture. So mixture are nothing but when 2 or more different substance mixed in at any proportion. Suppose I have taken soil and sand, and there is no fixed proportion. If I am mixing soil and sand, there is no fixed proportion, then it is again a mixture. If I am like taking potatoes, brinjals, and onions in the same bag, it is again a kind of mixture. Whatever the matter we have in our surrounding, they are again a kind of mixture. Okay, but mixture are classified into 2 categories. One is called as homogeneous and another one is called as heterogeneous. So homogeneous and heterogeneous is divided in this, like mixture, they are divided into 2 categories. One is homogeneous and another is heterogeneous on the basis of whether they are present in same phase or different phase. That means whether we are going to identify each substance separately or not. On that basis, we have divided mixture into 2 categories. So in homogeneous mixture, suppose take an example of air. So in air, we have 78% of nitrogen. Is it 21% of oxygen? We have 0.02 to 0.04% of carbon dioxide. But can you observe nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide separately in air? Can you? We have water molecules also. But can you observe water molecule, nitrogen gas, oxygen gas separately in air? No.
No, sir.
Because they all present in the same phase. That's why we can't, observe them separately. But if I'll take mixture of water and sand, suppose I have taken water in a glass, okay, and I have added sand here, sand. So can sand is going to dissolve in water? No, sand will get settled down at the bottom, and you can observe sand and water separately. Is it or not? Is it?
Yes, sir.
That means here water and sand present in different phase. Okay, so homogeneous mixture, like I am going to describe mixture first. So mixture, like when 2 or more substance they mix together at any proportion is called as mixture. Now we have a homogeneous mixture. So those mixture in which substance are present in the same phase are called as homogeneous mixture. Whereas in heterogeneous mixture are those substance, when they mix together, they present in different phase are called as heterogeneous mixture. Understood everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now we are going to we are going to discuss about pure substance in detail now. So pure substance are the substance that are made up of only one kind of particle. Only one kind of particle. If suppose I am taking water. So water we have H2O. Again we have H2O. Again we have H2O. Means in water there is a force of attraction working between water molecules. Is it or not? So here the force of attraction working between only water molecules. That's why it is again a pure substance. Water is pure substance, whether it is formed by two or more hydrogen and oxygen atom. It is not going to be matter. What is the matter is we have all the individual particles or molecules, they are made up of water only, like H2O. Okay. And have the fixed constant structure. See here I have drawn the structure of water. So they have like this structure and which is the constant. Okay, particles of water can move from one place to another, but their arrangement is quite similar as I have drawn. Okay, if suppose that water particle is going to move from here, then another particle will take the same position here. Okay. Now we are going to discuss about characteristic features of pure substance. So first characteristic feature we have, pure substance are mostly homogeneous. See, pure substance are mostly homogeneous means you cannot identify them separately. Suppose if I have taken aqueous solution of salt, NaCl. So in aqueous solution of NaCl, you cannot identify water molecule and sodium chloride particles separately. That's why it is again a homogeneous mixture. Okay. So pure substances are mostly homogeneous in nature and contain only one type of atom or molecule. Like here we have H2O molecules only. So in water we have only H2O, H2O, H2O molecule. If we will discuss about the carbon atom like coal or diamond or maybe in graphite, so there only carbon atoms are present, carbon, 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 like this. Is it? Means pure substance, they are formed by same kind of atom or molecule. Only one kind of atom or molecule. Understood? Do reply.
Yes,
Okay. Now next point. These substances mainly have the constant or uniform composition throughout. See, if I have taken water and I have added sugar in water, so that sugar particle will distributed all over the solution, like the top, medium, and bottom. The particles of sugar or maybe salt or any other substance, if it is going to dissolve in water, so that solid particle will distribute throughout the solution uniformly. Sorry. Okay. The substance have fixed boiling point and melting point. Suppose we have for water, I am taking water have boiling point 100 degrees Celsius. So at 100 degrees Celsius, all the water molecule will convert into gaseous form. If suppose we have boiling point which is 0 degrees Celsius. So at 0 degrees Celsius, water will convert from solid to liquid state. Okay, it is a melting point. So if you will take 1 liter of water, or you will take 100 liter of water, or you can take only 1 milliliter of water, so water is going to boil at 100 degrees Celsius only. That's why we are used to say like water is not like boiling point and melting point are not quantitative dependent value. If you will take suppose 1 liter of water, so again it is going to boil at 100 degrees Celsius. If you will take 5 liter of water, that again going to boil at 100 degrees Celsius. So that 100 degrees Celsius is going to change as amount of matter changes? No. Is it or not? Yes. That's why we used to say pure substance have fixed boiling point and melting point. It is independent on the amount of matter. Now we have the next point. The pure substance usually participate in chemical reaction to form the predictable product. Okay, so that's why we used to like use pure substance. Sir, your voice is bit low. Sai Charan, voice is not clear, everyone.
Sir, it's clear for me.
your voice is clear, sir, but it's some bit low, sir.
Okay, I have let me increase the volume.
Sir, in the settings, sir, go to that audio, sir. Then keep the both volumes full, sir. Then
I'm in audio. Let's say right click sound. It is full, beta.
it's full, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Means it is a bit close.
It is full now. Everywhere it is full. Okay. So we were discussing about the, I think we are completed. Now we are going to discuss about the example. So we have diamond and we know diamond is formed by only carbon particles. So diamond is pure. Carbon dioxide. If suppose I'm taking carbon dioxide in solid form, you know, solid carbon dioxide is called as dry ice. You know that? Do you know that?
Sir,
Dry carbon dioxide is called as the solid carbon dioxide is called as dry ice.
yeah, sir. Dry ice, sir.
Yes, sir.
Why?
Yes, sir.
So in dry ice, only carbon dioxide particles are present, which is again a pure compound. So
Sir, means it is a sublimation, sir. The dry ice.
generally, dry ice used to produce the different effect during the yes, fog, fumes.
Yes, sir. Sir, means it directly converts from solid to gas.
Yes.
So
yes.
could you tell me about dry ice? I wasn't there.
Okay, dry ice is solid carbon dioxide and it is called as dry ice because it appears like ice. That's why it is called as dry ice. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so carbon dioxide. So pure substance are further classified as element and compound. So see, we are again going to discuss about element and compound in detail. Okay, so again, I want you to take a screenshot for that because characteristics of pure substance is important. Take a screenshot here.
Yes, sir.
Everyone done?
Yes, sir.
Done, sir.
So we are going to discuss about the pure substance, and in pure substance we are going to discuss about element first. So I have given definition first here. What are elements? So elements are element constitute a simple chemical substance. Means elements are simple chemical substance in which all the atoms are exactly the same. Means there is no different atom will present. Okay. Now we are going to discuss about characteristic. In that we will discuss more about element. An element is the substance that consists of only one kind or one type of atom. Only one kind of atom. No other kind of atom, like two other kind of atom, they are not going to form element. An element is the pure substance as it cannot be broken down or transformed into the new substance. Okay, even by using simple physical or chemical means. That means we cannot change the property like chemical or physical property of the element. Okay, by any physical or chemical means. That's why they are called as element. And element are mostly metal, non-metal, and metalite. Okay, we have like metals, they have tendency to lose electron. Non-metals, they have tendency to gain electron. And metalloids, they have properties between metal and non-metal, or they have properties of both metal as well as non-metal. Okay, that's why they are called as metalloids. So this is nothing but about element. Understood? Or any doubt you have in element?
No, sir.
Okay, take a screenshot.
Yeah, sir. Done.
Now we are going to discuss about compound. So compounds are the chemical substance. Compounds are nothing but they are chemical substance and formed by two or more than two types of element, and they are combinedly with each other by chemical bond in a fixed ratio. That means if you will take example of water, if you will take water from the well, or you will take water from the rain, or you can take water from the pond, or you can take water from dam, or from any source, you will find the ratio of hydrogen and oxygen is 2:1. 2:1 only. It is not going to change. Is it? That's why we used to say like different atoms, they are combined in a fixed ratio. Is it or not? Okay. So
Yes, sir.
compounds,
Yes,
on other hand, are also pure substance. They are also pure substance. And when two or more elements are combined chemically in a fixed ratio, they form compound. Like we have in water, we have 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen. In carbon dioxide, we have 1 carbon and 2 oxygen. In methane, we have 1 carbon and 4 hydrogen atom like this. Okay, so they do combine with each
Sir,
other. Yes.
there are compounds and elements in any case similar, sir. Like means I think they both are similar, sir. Means
No. Compound. See, elements they are formed by same kind of atom, but compound are formed by different kind of atom.
yeah, sir. Means with molecules, the compounds are made, sir. Form.
Molecules are different. Like we have water molecule. So water molecule is also a compound and it is formed by 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen.
Means one molecule is in water is first H2O and another is another H2O like this, sir.
Yes. Like suppose we have one H2O, so it is one molecule, okay, and it is also a compound, but only one molecule is there.
Does atoms include, sir? Do
Uh,
atoms?
See, in water molecule, 2 hydrogen atom and 1 oxygen is present.
Yeah, sir.
One compound or one particle of compound is called as molecule. Okay.
What, sir?
Okay. Now, next point we are going to discuss. However, these substance can be broken down. See, if we will break down that water molecule will convert into hydrogen and oxygen. Is it? Hydrogen and oxygen gas they are going to produce. Okay, means the pure substance can be break down into the simpler form. Okay, in separate element by the chemical method. If suppose we are going to heat or maybe we are going to supply electrical reduction process, so water molecule will break down to form hydrogen gas as well as oxygen gas. Okay. So now here we have example of pure substance, like all the elements are mostly the pure substance. See, whatever the element we have, like 118 elements, they are again a kind of substance. Okay. A few of them include gold, copper, and oxygen, fluorine, diamond, etc. All are also the compound or substance. Which are they? They are pure substance. And compounds such as water, salt, crystals, baking soda, okay, amongst other are also the group as the pure substance. They are group of atoms. Like suppose we have baking soda. Its formula is NaHCO3. It is sodium bicarbonate. And we know sodium bicarbonate is nothing but the compound, but it is formed by the group of atoms. One sodium is there, one hydrogen is there, one carbon is there, three oxygens are there. So it is a sodium carbonate and which is formed by the group of elements or atoms. But it is again the pure form. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay, again take a screenshot for that. Done?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, any doubt till here, beta? Any doubt till here?
No doubt, sir.
No, na? Okay. So now we are going to discuss about heterogeneous and homogeneous mixture that we have already discussed in the basic part. Okay, so let's discuss from your notes now. Mixture are formed when two or more substances, they may be element or compound, mixed together without participating in chemical change. See, there is no chemical change takes place. Okay, no chemical reaction will take place. Okay, so the substance need not necessary to mix in the definite ratio. See, the proportion is not fixed. If you want to like take different proportion, it is also possible. You can take any proportion as you wish. So in mixture, there is no fixed proportion is present. Suppose I have taken water here in a glass. Suppose I have taken water and I have taken 500 ml of water. Okay, and suppose I have added 1 teaspoon of salt. Okay, so it is again aqueous solution. I'm going to take 1 more teaspoon of salt again, that it is going to dissolve in water. So we can take solute or solvent at any proportion. There is no fixed proportion is present in case of mixture. Understood? So when two or more substances mix at any proportion or in any ratio, okay, are called as mixture. Are called as mixture. Some examples of mixture include mixture of the sand and water. See, example we have sand and water. So in sand and water, you can observe sand and water separately. Is it or not? You can observe sand and water separately because sand is not going to dissolve in water. Then we have mixture of sugar and salt. We have mixture of lime juice and water. Okay, all these are nothing but the mixture, and there is no fixed proportion present. Now, next point we are going to discuss. There are two primary types of mixture. One is called homogeneous and another is called as heterogeneous mixture. Okay, so let's discuss one by one. Okay, so in first diagram, see here we have all the red particles and here we have all the greenish particles. So we can observe them separately. But in second case, we have alternate one red and green both, all the sides. Okay, so here we cannot observe the constituent particles separately. That's what is called as homogeneous. But in the mixture, if we can identify separately, then they are called as heterogeneous. Sure. Understood, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Any doubt here?
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sure, na?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, so let's discuss from your notes now. So, okay, so now we are going to discuss about homogeneous mixture. So these are the type of mixture in which component mixed uniformly mixed and they distributed uniformly throughout the mixture. Okay, in other words, they are uniform throughout. Means like we have already gone through that diagram where particles in homogeneous part, they are distributed uniformly throughout the solution. That's why we cannot identify like both the compounds separately. That's why it is called as homogeneous mixture. We can observe only one phase of matter only. Means if we are going to dissolve in water, that substance is going to present in single phase. Means we cannot identify separately. Okay, that's why they are called as homogeneous mixture. Keep points regarding such mixtures are, what are key point? Number one, particles are distributed uniformly. We cannot judge homogeneous mixture by just seeing it. Okay, we cannot identify like both the compound, like the substance separately. That's why it is homogeneous mixture. Homogeneous mixture are also called as solution. Suppose if I have taken something and I have dissolved in water, or like we have alloy. Alloy are again what are alloy? They are nothing but when two or more metal or metal along with non-metal mix together at their molten state, they form alloy. Is it? So alloy is again a solution. And you cannot, identify in alloy different metals separately. Now we have uniform composition of particles takes place in homogeneous mixture. So yes, uniformly particles they get distributed throughout the solution. Example, we have rainwater, vinegar, etc. What is vinegar?
Sir,
Acid.
Yeah, but why do we call it vinegar? Why we can't say like acid? Any idea, or I'm going to explain it? Let me explain. Wait. Okay. See, vinegar. Yes.
means is it a composed of two substances?
Yes. See, 5 to 8% of acetic acid. Acetic acid and rest is water. Okay. We have only 5 to 8% of acetic acid and rest is water.
Sir, then why they will add in foods and in other appliances? Means why they use vinegar, sir?
Oh, because in Chinese food, no tomatoes is being used.
Sir?
Okay, that tomato.
Yeah, sir.
So in Chinese food, they are not using tomatoes. Even in our area, we have like local shop vendors, and they are providing that which one that they are using vinegar because they are not adding tomatoes in that. So in order to provide like sour taste, they are using vinegar. Okay.
Yeah, sir.
So vinegar is the 5 to 8% aqueous solution of acetic acid is called as vinegar. That means if suppose we have taken 5%, so 5% will be, or 5 part will be acid and rest 95 part will be water. Okay.
Sir, is it used for another purposes, sir?
So vinegar, yes, vinegar is acetic acid. So generally it is used for dissolving different organic compound in it. Sometimes it is used as a solvent for various reactions. Okay, and it is used for like making different substance. Like if you require ethanol, so that acetic acid is going to convert into ethanol by chemical reaction.
So means tomato contains acidic acid,
No. Tomato contains citric acid.
citric.
But yes, but the tomato is going to provide sour taste. Is it? So we require only sour taste. We do not require which substance we are using. Okay. So if we are not using tomato in order to provide sour taste, we can use vinegar. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So take a screenshot here. We have completed homogeneous solution. Sorry, mixture. Done.
Yes, sir.
Oh. Everyone done.
Done, sir.
Okay, so now we are going to discuss about the heterogeneous mixture. Okay, so what are heterogeneous mixture basically? So those mixture in which solute and not solute and solvent, we are not going to use that terminology. We can say the mixture in which two or more substances present in a different phase. That means we can observe them separately. Okay, are called as heterogeneous mixture. So this type of mixture in which all the compounds are completely mixed and all the particles can be seen under the microscope. Okay. So in heterogeneous mixture, suppose we have, and if we are going to observe particles separately by using like those microscope, we can observe the constituent particles separately. That's why it is called as homogeneous mixture. We can easily identify the component and more more than one phase can be seen by the naked eye. Okay, let's suppose we are discussing about heterogeneous mixture. So this is the mixture in which mixture in which constituent particles can be observed separately. Okay, are called as heterogeneous mixture. So let's discuss some important points regarding heterogeneous mixture. Particles are distributed non-uniformly. Okay, like in homogeneous mixture, we have gone through that particles they distribute uniformly throughout the compound, whereas like in heterogeneous mixture, particles are distributed non-uniformly. Means there is no uniform situation present between the different mixture. We can judge the heterogeneous mixture by just seeing it. Like suppose we have added sand in water, so sand is not going to dissolve. That means sand is not going to dissolve in it. Okay, that means it is a heterogeneous mixture because you can identify sand and water separately. Is it or not? Now next point, non-uniform composition. Yes, if like composition of the like two or more than two substance, there is no fixed proportion is present. Okay, example, we have sea water, we have pizza, etc. Any doubt beta here in heterogeneous mixture?
No, sir.
Okay, so I want you all to take a screenshot for heterogeneous mixture. Done?
Done, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So
Done.
it does go through your notes once and check whether you have any doubt in that. Yes. Any doubt beta till here?
No doubt, sir.
No doubt, sir.
Sir,
Okay. Yes, yes. Yes, say it beta Ashni.
So it was
Sir, doubt, sir.
sir, I had a doubt, sir. I didn't understand the example of pizza for heterogeneous mixture.
Okay, in pizza, you can identify like capsicum, onion, tomatoes, cheese, and whatever the mixture we are adding, you can identify separately now. That's why it is heterogeneous mixture.
Okay, so it's basically identifying the ingredients in the on
Yes,
the pizza.
separate. If you
Okay,
are
sir.
if you are buying like different vegetable in the same bag, it is again heterogeneous mixture.
Okay, sir.
Like okay.
so
So
pizza
now,
dough is homogeneous, right?
uh,
Pizza dough.
pizza dough, yes, because yes, we cannot identify particles separately.
Sir, means I have doubt with the reaction, sir. Means a reaction, is there any reaction of citric and acidic acid, sir? Means the tomato and the vinegar.
See, they are the edible acids. Like in our stomach, also our gastric gland used to secrete hydrochloric acid HCl. Okay, and like that HCl is very important because it activates the digestive enzyme called pepsin. Okay, and then pepsin start digesting the protein, and protein get break down into peptide. Okay.
Okay.
Ano- So now we are going to discuss about the difference between homogeneous and heterogeneous mixture. You have to go through it and just tell me if you have any kind of doubt here. Like in homogeneous mixture, like distribution of particles in homogeneous mixture is uniform, but in heterogeneous it is non-uniform. It has only one phase, like all the particles present in the homogeneous mixture, they all present in a single phase, means you are not going to identify separately. But in heterogeneous mixture, like there are two or more than two phases are present. If you are taking oil and water, suppose you are taking oil and water, so oil and water will not going to dissolve in each other. That's why, and they have different density. So if we have taken oil and water in the same container, you can observe them separately. Is it or not? Now, next difference, it can be separated out physically. Okay, but heterogeneous mixture, no. Like in homogeneous, we can't be separated physically. But in heterogeneous mixture, we can separate physically. How? Suppose we have just taken example of like if we are buying different vegetables in the same bag, so we can separate them when we reach home. Along with that bag, we can separate different vegetables differently. Is it or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So homo means the same and hetero means the different. So same phase and different phase. Example, we have a mixture of alcohol and water. Suppose if you have added alcohol in water, so particles of alcohol will distribute uniformly all over the solution. And here you cannot identify water and alcohol separately. Sorry. Okay. But in heterogeneous mixture, we can identify the constant particles separately. Suppose if we have mixed sodium chloride with nothing but the salt and sand, they are not going to, like, one will going to dissolve in water, but another not another one. That's why it is, and we can identify separately also. That's why it is heterogeneous mixture.
Sir, is a Coke mixture, sir.
Yes, Coke is a mixture.
Sir, means if we add some reactions, sir, like I saw a baking powder or something vinegar he added, sir, and it became invisible, sir. Means the color of it became into a water.
See, decolorization process of that substance takes place. They are providing that very deep color, like chocolate color, so that they will or they can give uniqueness to the solution. Okay, they are
Sir,
providing color. If we
uh,
are adding different substance, so that color undergoes decolorization process. That's why it becomes like water.
yeah, sir, means it's not actually water, sir. I think so. It's the color of water, sir. Means still it's a heterogeneous mixture, sir, or it's homogeneous, sir.
It is homogeneous because we cannot identify
It's
different
a
particles.
homogeneous, sir.
Yes.
Sir, I didn't understand the difference between one phase and two phase.
One phase and two phase means suppose you have added sugar in water. So you have two different compounds in the same container, and
Yes.
sugar is going to dissolve completely in water. So
Yes.
after dissolving, can you identify sugar and water molecules separately?
No,
No.
sir.
That means it is the same phase or single phase.
Okay,
In
sir.
sugar and water, they are present in same phase or single phase. That's why you cannot identify them separately. But in heterogeneous mixture, like we have taken
If the
example of,
heterogeneous mixture, they are present in different phase.
yes, you can identify each substance separately. Like suppose we have taken different vegetables in single bag, you can identify potatoes separately, tomatoes separately, onions separately. That again we have brinjal separately. Okay, whatever the vegetable you have in your bag, you can identify them separately. Is it or not?
Yes, sir.
And it is heterogeneous mixture where all the substance present in different phases. Okay,
Okay, sir.
understand?
Okay, sir.
So any doubt till here?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
So,
No, sir.
okay. So by next lecture we will start solution. So take a screenshot.
Okay,
Okay, sir.
Take a
Done, sir.
screenshot.
Yes, sir.
Done.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Done.
Okay. Okay. Okay,
Thank you,
students.
sir.
So
Bye,
have
sir.
a yeah, bye. Have a nice time.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Bye, sir.